Hello YouTubers, Tross here, playing some more Minecraft, and have a neat little invention here that I want to show off. It's basically a multiple shulker box swapper, and I'll show you how it works. First though, a few things. This was kind of inspired by a video I saw of Ethos on Ethos Lab, where he has a machine that switches between 8 shulker boxes. It shows you one of them at a time and then puts them in a little storage section. I was actually trying to create something similar to that before I saw his video and ran into some of the problems that he mentions in his video. So go check his video out if you want to see kind of a little smaller, simpler, easier to build version of this. But this isn't too complex, and it allows a much larger storage of shulker boxes. One second thing I want to address is a lot of people say that shulker boxes are interesting because they're the first portable inventory. You can take them with you, but technically that's not entirely true. Let's go here. There was chests with minecarts, or minecarts with chests. And while you couldn't put them in your own inventory, they were portable, and you could build rails and take them with you. Well, this works by combining both shulker boxes and minecarts with chests. So let me just give you a quick demonstration here of how this works. Here we have 5 shulker boxes. They happen to all be red. Just easy color coding. You can access all of them. You can actually pick them up and take them with you if you want. You put whatever you want in them. And then, let's say you want access to a different set. So you just press this button. And here we have all yellow shulker boxes. And that tone there just means it's now ready to switch to the next one. It does take a little bit of time for the minecarts to operate, and I'll show you how this all works in a second. So here's some yellow ones. Press it again. Here are some purple ones. Now we have some green ones. Again, I can go through them all. Just waiting for the tone. There it goes. And now we have a set of multicolored ones. You can see here, this one has some... All of these each have an item. I prepared that earlier before the video. And then we press it. Now we have some blue ones. There's the tone that says it's ready. And this should be back to the original red ones. The only problem, as you'll see here, is they're not in the same order. I actually believe they get reversed in order through the process. So every time the one that's over here winds up being over here, and this one swaps with this one, and the center one stays in the center, at least in this case. So how this works, we have... It's not too big, but we have 4 hopper minecarts. 1, 2, 3, and then there's one over here. They each actually are full of the shulker chests. That's the purple ones, green, this should be the multicolored ones, and this is the blue ones. Now, while there's 4 minecarts, there's actually 6 sets of shulker boxes. The one set is the set that is being shown right now, and it's a little hard to see, but while they're being switched, there's droppers. Dispensers, not... They are dispensers. You don't want to use droppers. They won't place shulker boxes. Only dispensers do. So there's also a set in the dispensers. So there's basically 2 sets. One set's being shown, one set already to be shown, and then the other 4 sets, at least in the way I have this set this up, are waiting in the minecarts. Now, this whole thing is expandable But I'm going to say this is the general way you want to do it. Having 5 at a time is a really big set of inventory, and this takes a total of 30 shulker boxes. It's going to be hard to come by more than 30 shulker boxes, but this is expendable. I had first created a 10 wide version. It also has 4 minecarts for a total of 60 shulker boxes, but you can expand or contract at least. I mean, in theory, you could get up to 27 being shown, and there's these little minecart stops, so you could add some more stops by having this track kind of snake back and forth a little more. So you could do 5, but have like 10 sets of shulker boxes if you really wanted to. I'll press the button here, but basically, when you press the button, this torch goes off, which lets this one come on, which triggers these pistons, which push down these half slabs and break these shulker boxes. There's a set of hoppers underneath these boxes and underneath here. The ones underneath the boxes are held locked normally. You can see here's the hopper, and they're being held locked normally. So the button also, after 4 ticks, will unlock or unpower these blocks, which unlocks the hoppers, which allows them to suck up the boxes. After that, the pistons will be retracted to their normal position, and as the button deactivates, these blocks are repowered. That does 2 things. It locks these hoppers, but at the same time, it activates the dispensers, which place out the new set of pistons. While that is all going on, this is a edge detector. This is a falling edge detector. So when this turns off, this outputs a signal which starts this cart going, and it powers through the block and also starts this cart and this cart going. So this cart starts coming up here. Before it gets to the top is when these dispensers put out the new shulker boxes, and so they're empty, and then the cart runs across here, and these hoppers each grab a shulker box out of this minecart and put it in the dispensers ready for next time. Additionally, when these minecart chests are activated, this one is activated as well through a little bit of redstone under here. So this minecart moves, and let's get out of here, moves to this position, which these are only powered for a few ticks. So by the time the minecart gets it here, it is off and the minecart stops. So when this minecart comes across here, it gets emptied out by here. It falls down, lands on the angled, this is always powered, and comes over here and picks up all the shulker boxes, which are waiting in this hopper for the minecart to come by. When the shulker boxes are sucked up by the hoppers and come in here, this comparator reads a value, turns off the torch. So once they all then go into the hopper minecart, this becomes empty, this turns off again, the torch turns on, making a tone from the note block, telling you that all the shulker boxes are safely in the minecart chest, and it is safe to switch to the next group. So let's see this in action. I will press the button and then fly around the back. And now, there we go, as all of them are picked up. Let's do it again, and I'll focus on that hopper. So they're all in the hopper. Here comes the cart. Once they're all in the cart, you get the tone. So that's how this works, and I am now going to basically do a tutorial. I don't usually do this. Don't usually do tutorials. I usually just show off. Like there was my big music box or music player that showed off last time. Let's see how I do. You will need the following items. You'll need about a stack and a half of blocks. It can be any block, as long as they are solid. Normal, most blocks, not glass, not glowstone, but most any blocks. You'll need 5 sticky pistons, 5 dispensers, not droppers, dispensers, 16 hoppers, 10 half slabs, 8 redstone torches, about 36 redstone, 9 repeaters. You'll need about 17 powered rails if you're making this design, and 12 normal rails. You'll need 4 minecarts with chests, they don't stack, and you'll need a button. Kind of for decoration, I use quartz stairs. You don't need to use stairs, they don't need to be quartz. Any type of stair will do, or you could even just use normal blocks. I have 1 glowstone for lighting. It was in the center behind all the chests. You'll need 1 comparator and 1 note block. These strictly aren't necessary, but it's hard to tell when the system is ready without this. I am going to start building from this block, basically. Normally if you'd build this, you'd probably dig down 2 blocks and kind of build it. For reference, this is 10 blocks wide, 13 blocks deep, and it's technically 8 blocks tall because there's some redstone up here, and we do go down by 1 block as well in just a small area. So, basically, yeah, from this block is basically where we're going to build. That will be this block here. So we go down 2, and let's just organize this a little bit. We will start off with a redstone rail, powered rail. You cut out 3 blocks. Torch there. And 2 redstone dusts to get that powered. It will be later turned off, but that's how it's powered. Next, you put a hopper facing down into that rail. We're going to go 5 across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are facing into these. That's actually important because they need to empty their contents quickly. If they are going to feed into each other, it'd probably be locked before they could empty out everything. Next, let's just put a little walk or floor in front of here. Technically not part of the build, but this is where you would stand to access this whole thing. The important blocks are right here. Put 5 in a row against these hoppers. These are the ones that will get powered to lock everything. We're going to put 2 rows of 5 blocks behind them, 1 off to the side. This is what we'll be doing the powering. So now we take our repeaters. I have these on 1. I mean, it works fine. Like that. You put some redstone dust behind them. 5. Torch. Now these are locked. We're going to put a repeater here. This one will be on 4. And now you need your dispensers. And these will go right like that. They will probably click because they're powered right now. We're going to take our... Well, let's leave the stone slab for now. We'll do that in another step. You can put 5 blocks of your block on top of that. I put a glowstone in the middle just for looks, and we're gonna now put 5 blocks on top of them. We now need our sticky pistons, and get right up to these and look at the top of the block here, and I'm gonna hold shift. We want these sticky pistons facing down. Now we need our slabs, and we want these at the top, and then we put slabs along there. Now we want to make sure when the shulker boxes get broken, that they can't accidentally escape. So we're going to put 2 blocks there, and just enclose the side, even the corner, just to make sure nothing can happen. And that's the main part of the front. We're going to stick our button right here. And that's it for the buttons. Let's get my torches on my main hand. We're going to stick a torch there on the side of the block with the button. Put another block there with a torch on the side. And then 3 above the torch, put a block, and then connect that to these rows of blocks. And we now put redstone on the top there. Coming back to the block with the button, we're going to put a block under it, leaving a gap. And then put redstone dust. And this is the main mechanism. We should be able to press the button, and you hear the pistons moved, and once they came back up, that's when these dispensers fired. Also, these were locked and unlocked at the same time. For decoration's sake, you can take some type of stair and place them. Don't actually need to be that close, just need to aim at the top, upside down on the top there, and put some blocks like that. And then at least on this side you want to kind of cover that torch, or at least I do. And then just to make it symmetrical, some blocks like that. There's not actually that much left to do. We should have 5 hoppers left, and they go just on the back of the dispensers. We're going to come out 2 blocks from here, and then just make a staircase down like that. We are going to put a block here. This is in line with these redstone line, and it's 1 block back from the end of these hoppers, just so that you have a space like that. It's going to be a... Okay, just needed a little quick look back. That should be right there. 1, 2, 3 there, and that looks good to me. So let's stick in the rest of the rails. We're going to put a powered rail across here. We want the cart to be doing a decent speed, so each hopper only gets 1. The maximum speed the cart will go, it will only be over each hopper for 2 or 3 ticks, which is quicker than the 4 ticks that the hoppers can pick them up. So they won't get 2. If it was going slow, though, that would be a problem. 1 normal rail there. 3 more powered rails down here. And actually, I did not put those in the correct spot. So we want 1 normal rail, a powered rail, then a block. Normal rail on top, normal rail coming down the back there, 2 powered rails, a block with a normal rail on top and a normal rail on the back there. Let's have this come out one more. We will have a powered rail. No, actually, that was not right. That should be correct. Okay, this is a little different. It will still work. Actually, what I had was like one extra street there. It doesn't really matter that much. Like that. There we go. Basically, we have one angled. There. Let's put like that. We want one angled powered rail where the minecart will stop on. It will get powered and start the minecart going, but it won't get quite enough speed to always successfully get up here. But if we have a second powered rail, it will then definitely get enough speed to come up and stop on the next ramp. This one, we don't need the extra powered rail because it's going to be sloped up, and as long as it touches this one a little, it's going to get going. So the next, we're getting towards the end here. A little long, sorry, I'm not that experienced with making tutorials like this. But this is where the minecart comes across after filling up these hoppers, and we need to get it ready to pick up the next items. When it falls down, it's going to land on the slope that is going to be always powered, which will push the cart off this way. The way we have it always fall on that slope is we need to make a little hoop for it, basically. So we come out like this, and then put a second layer on it, and that way the minecart will hit the blocks here and fall straight down. On this block, you want to put a torch, which will power all of these. You can put a torch here, which will power this ramp. Or you can take out this block and put it here, whichever is more convenient for you. To help make sure that this minecart falls straight down, I like to put a pillar here, and that will give you room to put a torch there to power this little ramp. At this point, we also want to put one redstone blob here, which gets powered by these, which turns off this rail. And that's why the minecart will stay there. Only when you push the button will this turn off, which will turn the rail on. Finally, we need to power these when the button is also pushed, but we want a short delay. We want to keep it to a 4-tick only signal. The button is on for much longer. I believe a stone button is on for about a second, and a wood button is on for a second and a half. This will work with either, partially because of this circuit here. We're going to put... You come to the corner, you put down 4-tick repeater here, and right next to it, and then this one is going to face into this block, but you can see the bar is across it because this repeater is locking this repeater. Then you just put a piece of dust. So when this unpowers, 4 ticks later, this will unlock and output a signal for 4 ticks. That will power this rail, and it will also power this piece of redstone on the other side, and then we just make a line like this to power this block as well, and then come over and power this block as well. It just makes it, this is 15 away from here. If you have concerns, you could theoretically put a 1-tick repeater here, and everything should still be good because the minecarts shouldn't catch up to each other, but it's close. Speaking of minecarts, that's all we have left to do. So we're going to put one on that slope, one on that slope, one on that slope, and one on this slope. Actually, I was a little bit incorrect with that's all we have left to do. We now just need the little audio indicator. We put a block here, 2 blocks here, and then 2 blocks along. Here we need our first comparator. You just put it down there. That's reading out of this hopper. We put a torch here, and then you get your note block, put it here. You can actually make this be whatever you want to adjust the tone of the note block. Wood gives you a nice piano sound, and you can adjust to whatever particular note you want. You can put sand or glass or stone to get different tones besides wood. And we are done. Let's get back some multicolored shulker boxes. Red, yellow, green, blue, purple. Do white as well. And basically you just place the shulker boxes. I'm holding shift so I can place them on the dispenser. Now you can see I'm actually placing them sideways. I won't be able to open them. But when they're placed by the dispenser, they'll be facing up, so they will be able to open. That's the whites. Press the button. You hear the tone. Now I'm going to do red. Wait for the tone. Yellow. And wait for the tone. Green. Waiting for the tone again. Blue. Alright, at this point, we have the whites in the dispensers. We can do purple. And now when we press it, purples go away, white comes back, and then they're facing up. And we can access their inventory. And as I said, if you really wanted to, you can stand, here, break one, pick it up, and take it with you, and still switch between the rest, and they'll work. It's just when the whites are placed again, it will be missing one. So that's basically how this works. So I'd like to say thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy this, and I'll see you next time.